Darth Nox, Darth Mar awaits you on the bridge.
I received your message. And now that I'm here, I sense it too.
Our former Emperor is out there.
My lord, sensor contact. Small, no life form readings. Some kind of probe.
Evasive maneuvers. Come about 180 degrees.
We've been boarded. All decks, report hostile forces.
The enemy has breached the engineering deck. They're after the primary generator. I'm on my way now. Meet me there.
The power core is strained to the breaking point. We can recharge the shields, but they still won't last long.
The hyperdrive has been completely burnt out. There are rudimentary backup controls here, but the enemy's ships have us surrounded. So be it. What empire have we entered?
The Eternal Empire, Zakuul. His glorious majesty, immortal master and protector of Zakuul, Emperor Valkorion.
Welcome.
The Sith Emperor. Your presence is unmistakable.
You do not have to stand against me. Instead, you can kneel.
I will never again kneel to you.
You came here to defeat him. This is your chance.
You should have killed me when you had the chance.
So be it.
The Outlander has assassinated our Emperor. Take her away.
People of Zakuul, our beloved Emperor, Valkorion, is dead.
The assassin will receive swift and just punishment. As your new Emperor, I can promise you this. Zakuul's enemies will face the full power of the Eternal Throne, and every last one of the core worlds will burn.
I have always loved the stars.
Your death was too good to be true. You can't fool me.
You have earned my respect. I followed you here so we might speak undisturbed.
I don't have time for you.
On the contrary, time is all you have. The Eternal Throne, the new seat of power in the galaxy.
It can't be. I've only been gone
Longer than you think. Zakuul has surpassed my expectations. The most powerful fleet in history, and an army of guardians who use the forces more than light or dark. But my children, abandoning my past, let me experience pleasures I didn't myself before. I have no love on Zakuul. Who knows? Even you may find it.
I committed my life to someone. Your children forced us apart.
Love withers when it is neglected. Left alone too long, love will seek another.
We'll be together again.
Each day they drift further out of reach.
What's happening to me?
The carbon freezing was imperfect. Your body is poisoned, dying.
I'm dying.
We are being reborn.
Wake up. We have to go. Don't try to move. You're dying. I may have your cure, but I'm not going to lie. This will hurt. That wasn't quite so bad.
Lana, you saved my life.
I spared you from dying this very instant. We still have quite a ways to go. Gear up, quickly.
Is that a Republic model?
T-701. He's agreed to help rescue you.
Not a very big crew.
Yes, well, it's the best I could manage. It will have to be enough. The Empire and Republic have all but fallen to the man who imprisoned you. You're our last hope. Come on.
What kind of prison is this?
It's no prison. This is where Arkhan keeps all his most prized possessions.
Possessions?
Yes. Don't you feel special now? I've got the door.
Where's that droid?
Generating false security alerts in other sectors. Capable little astromech. Yes, I read you.
An updated timetable would be good.
Why, is there a problem?
No problem. But we are starting to feel a bit exposed out here. You find the Outlander yet?
Yes, I've patched it in.
Great. I'm KOTFE. Welcome to the most suicidal rescue mission in history. Hope you're everything Lana said you were.
Be patient, Koth. We're on our way. Koth will fly us out of here. Just as soon as we're through this door.
I've seen her before.
No.
Everybody makes mistakes.
We're not ready. Not for Vaylin.
I can feel her searching for me.
Her strength in the Force is astounding, even for her family. Let's get you out of here. Hurry! Sky Troopers, Vaylin's far from alone.
Starting to really bustle out here.
Koth, Vaylin's arrived.
Already? Okay, let me know the second you hit the lift.
What's the story with Koth? He's not Imperial.
He used to serve in Zakuul's military. Now he's dedicated his life to ending Arkhan's reign.
Why? What did Arkhan do to him?
You can ask him yourself. Provided we make it out of here alive. Excellent work, T7. Keep at it.
Hope you're not too close yet.
What's happening?
Nothing I can't handle, but we need to move the pickup.
We don't have time for this.
Well, if I land now, I'll be shot to pieces. So just think of it as a personal favor to me, huh? Duck through another tower and I'll find you.
What's your back out there?
My #1 pastime these days. Always love our little excursions, Lana. Back with you shortly.
Are you two...
I'll pretend that's not your greatest concern at this particular moment. We have to keep moving.
What?
It's good to see you.
I have a million questions right now.
I know. The answers will have to wait. We have to get across that bridge. Fight through it.
Not the way I would have picked.
What's happening?
It's Vaylin. She'll bring the whole city crashing down on you if she has to.
Lana, are my scanners glitched? Did you just charge headfirst into a Skytrooper droid factory?
Vaylin's almost on us. We're out of options.
We can handle a few droids. Come on.
What happened to the reactor? That wasn't you, was it?
Vaylin happened.
Vaylin did that? Guess you were right about your Outlander.
It's going to rupture. Sound the evacuation. Get everybody out.
Catastrophic reactor failure imminent.
There's nothing we can do here. Let's go.
Don't you dare!
If that thing blows, it's taking a whole lot of people with it. You can still shut it down.
Do you see? This is how far they'll go to stop you. We need to get you off-world now.
If I am to rule the galaxy, it will be with the most subjects, not the fewest.
Your slumber must have had quite an effect. We're going to die.
Go wait for KOTFE.
I'm not leaving you. Hurry!
Relax. It's going to be fine.
Relaxing didn't work so well. Now what do you propose to do?
Whatever I can.
This is pure insanity! It isn't working. We must leave!
Catastrophic reactor failure imminent.
Enough! I'm taking you with me, whether you like it or not.
Reactor shutdown sequence initiated. Warning. Grid integrity at risk.
Damn your stubbornness! You just gambled with the fate of the entire galaxy.
You thought you were going to lose me.
Don't start, let's just go.
Primary grid shutdown protocols are in effect.
The dark should help our escape.
Not as well as a massive explosion would have, but it will do. KOTFE, where are you?
Ran into sort of a maintenance issue.
How bad is it?
It's not great, but we're on top of it. Give us, 3 minutes?
You do what you have to. We'll be waiting.
Let's find a place to lie low and...
Not an option. So much for the cover of darkness theory.
Vaylin's nothing if not persistent.
3 minutes. Right.
KOTFE, is that blaster fire?
Almost there! 3 more minutes!
KOTFE, we don't have 3 more minutes.
2.5.
Outlander, you are guilty of assassinating the immortal Emperor and of evading imprisonment. We demand your immediate surrender!
Knights of Zakuul, a policing body under Vaylin's charge. Force sensitives.
If he's your immortal emperor, then how could I have killed him?
You are a wanted fugitive. Surrender now!
I do not surrender.
Then you give us no choice. Take them by force!
Press the attack!
Your crimes will not go unpunished. Panic! Run! We'll fight another day!
Unite. You're never taught to properly channel your anger.
Lana?
That won't be the last night we encounter.
Let Arkhan send every last one of them. They're all as good as dead.
You'd have your work cut out for you. I can assure you of that. Vaylin.
I don't know you. But you... I've seen you.
I'll hold her off as long as I can. The first chance you get, go.
No way am I leaving you behind.
You're impossible.
Heads down, eyes open, run like hell!
Come on!
Whoa! Hang on! I'm gonna punch it! Got a little engine trouble.
You do know what you're doing.
Hi! You're welcome, by the way. Guns locked on!
Get us out of here!
Trying to!
Woo! Thank you, T7. We owe you one.
Yeah, really.
I told you we'd succeed.
You left out the part where I'd lose my ship.
You have to land this thing before we fall out of the sky.
I got it all under control. It's going to be a short trip. I want to start briefing your friend here on what's been going on the last 5 years. HK, make yourself useful. Check the stabilizers.
5 years.
Get those fires out!
Did you think to take any extinguishers when you stole the ship?
Blast! Outlander! You're up! See what you can do with this thing. That's 2 more shuttles you owe me.
You didn't even own this one. It really shouldn't count.
It was mine when it crashed. It counts.
Do we know anything about this swamp?
Not much to it. Barely populated. People call it the Endless Swamp.
Endless?
It's an old name. People were more dramatic back then.
I have detected a large metallic object nearby. Analysis suggests a technological construct, but there are no energy readings.
Whatever it is, it's got better chances of flying than this thing.
Skytroopers won't be far behind us. We need to hide the evidence of our landing.
I'll scavenge you, Barry.
Just like Aaron Prime. I know you have more questions than answers, but we should really keep moving. I promise I'll tell you everything I can as soon as we're safe.
Enthusiasm. Shall we investigate the technological object? I believe I can guide us to its location.
Very well. You act more like a bodyguard than an assassin.
It is a very difficult task indeed. That I've kept Masters Beniko and Vortena alive, despite their high-risk activities, is my greatest achievement.
The 2 of them seem close.
Deflection. I am not programmed to assess or discuss the emotional matters of meatbags under my protection.
Uh-huh. Is this the object you picked up on your sensors?
Confirmation. Yes, Master. A closer scan suggests that this object has been here for several centuries.
Centuries? Of all the junk out here, you had to find the antique.
Observation. Visible design elements do not match any from Zakuulan culture, antique or modern.
Not from Zakuul. Could it be?
He doesn't overthink things.
Do you have any idea what this is?
It looks like some kind of old spacecraft.
This is the Gravestone. This was the only ship that ever went up against the Eternal Fleet and won. Do you have any idea how long people have been looking for this thing?
And we just happened to stumble upon it.
This is fate. We get your Outlander. Find exactly the weapon we need. We're going to win this thing, Lana. It's destiny.
It's certainly no coincidence, but destiny? I think there's something else going on here.
Do you think this is some kind of setup?
No, not exactly. I can't quite put my finger on it.
Let's have a look inside, huh?
We'll split up, deal with any wildlife, then regroup to plan our next move. These creatures are hardly cunning. Their usual prey clearly doesn't offer much challenge.
Yeah! Clearing these things out? Very easy! Easiest thing ever!
So this ship has been here for 1,000 years? More?
Whoever built the Gravestone scuttled it themselves after the Eternal Fleet was defeated. It wasn't shot down.
The fleet was defeated but not destroyed. Valkorion brought it back under his own control more than a century ago.
Exactly. The Eternal Fleet is totally automated. Nobody knows who first built it, and every theory is crazier than the last.
Renegades left behind after a successful droid revolution. Representatives of an entire race of droids from somewhere beyond the edge of the known galaxy.
If Valkorion has had this unstoppable fleet for more than a century, why didn't he use it to help the Sith Empire defeat the Republic?
We can only theorize. If the war was just part of a ritual to make the Emperor truly immortal, perhaps using the fleet would have interfered somehow. Regardless, we have many other things to discuss. I owe you 5 years' worth of explanations. Locating supplies and fresh water would also be wise.
I'll help you find what we need, Lana.
Very well.
When Darth Maul and I faced Valkorion, we knew right away. He was the Sith Emperor, Lana.
I know. When he was struck down, it released ripples through the Force. Everyone who had felt the Sith Emperor's presence in the past, on Ziost, on Yavin 4, we all sensed what had happened. Arkhan invaded soon after, claiming that an Outlander had assassinated his father, the immortal Emperor. It didn't take long for us to unravel the truth.
Which side did Arkhan attack first?
Both. Ships from the Eternal Fleet struck at shipyards and rallying points for both sides simultaneously. They favored ambush tactics throughout the war. Zakuulan sensor technology has far greater range than our own, and their ships can fly much further on less resources. Only vessels retrofitted with Isotope 5 could manage to outrun them. None could truly compete.
How long did the Republic and the Empire manage to hold out?
Within 3 months, the bulk of our naval forces were disabled or eliminated, and the Republic was in the same situation. With naval superiority, Arkhan's forces could begin choking off supply lines, trade, any ship travel at all. The Eternal Fleet seemed to be everywhere at once. Coruscant and Dromund Kaas were blockaded by the end of the first year.
How did it end?
The members of the Dark Council fought Arkhan's invasion ruthlessly and lost. The Empire's treaty was ultimately negotiated by the Minister of Logistics. Chancellor Suresh also refused to discuss surrender, but the Republic Senate managed to overrule her. A cadre of senators negotiated their own ceasefire terms. All of those senators have since been disgraced or dismissed. I'm sure you can imagine the likely culprit.
What of my power base? Moff Pyron? The silencers?
Many of the vessels equipped with the silencers were lost in the initial fighting. The rest disappeared along with the Pyrans somewhere in the far outer rim. It is presumed that they were ambushed by the Eternal Fleet, but no wreckage has been found. We must carry on without them. So far, the treaties with Zakuul have held. But that will not last forever. A freshwater spring. It should be safe for drinking.
So the Eternal Fleet overwhelmed both the Republic and the Empire. What was the result?
Both sides are forced to pay a heavy tribute to Zakuul, mainly raw materials and resources. They're also held under an arms limitation statute. The Empire and the Republic are both breaking it, of course, but they're still incapable of challenging the throne directly.
Who rules the Empire now?
Darth Asina was the only Dark Council member left standing. All others died or disappeared in the chaos. Without opposition, she declared herself Empress of the Sith.
And the Republic?
Suresh remains in power, though she no longer holds the title of Chancellor. The Republic has limits to their ruler's terms, but her replacement is a mere puppet. Both sides see this only as an opportunity to eliminate one another at a time of weakness, instead of combining what strength they have. Arkhan does nothing to prevent violence between them, so long as their tribute is paid and no one challenges Zakuul's superiority.
I'm surprised Arkhan didn't try to destroy both governments. He obviously had the firepower.
I don't think Arkhan feels any desire to actually govern our portion of the galaxy. For now, he sees it as a backwater, useful only for resources. Powerful Zakuulan battle stations have been placed in orbit around key worlds to watch for possible uprisings. But there are no ongoing planetary occupations. The ships of the Eternal Fleet simply patrol at random, while the tribute paid to Zakuul gradually chokes all economic potential.
What about my team? My ship?
I have allies looking for them as we speak. With all of the chaos of the last few years, though, it will take time to find them all. For now, we make do with ourselves, KOTH, and HK.
As long as you're here, there's nothing we can't handle.
The feeling's mutual. It truly is a relief to see you again.
Is that why you went to so much trouble to rescue me?
Before you were captured, you accomplished things no one else dared to attempt. You changed the galaxy more than once, and if things have ever needed to change, now is the time. But there is something else. I've felt it since the moment I found you in Carbonite. There's a power in you. Something new. It's elusive, but I know it's there.
I think you're right, Lana. I think the Emperor Valkorion is in my mind.
What?
After he died, there was a storm of energy. I barely even remember being thrown into the carbon freezing chamber. And then, while I was frozen, I saw things. Dreamed about him, about everything that happened while I was gone.
It can't be. If he were controlling you, I'd know it. I certainly saw enough of it on Ziost.
I don't think he's trying to control me. Not directly, anyway. He was trying to convince me to work with him.
Whatever he's doing, we can be sure that he's always trying to deceive us somehow. I believe in you. And I appreciate your honesty. I'll remain watchful for any influence he might have over you. For the time being, though, we have no choice but to proceed.
What about the others?
They wouldn't understand. And like you said, we really don't know anything for sure yet. Let's keep the matter between us for now.
You're sure we can make it fly again?
She'll fly. Just been waiting for somebody to come along and remind her how.
Let's get to work then.
I take it you have questions. The Gravestone. Not entirely what I'd envisioned.
Did you guide us here?
You must be willing to accept my help for what it is. And you will have to come to this acceptance sooner than you think.
Get ready for a fight, people! They found us! Sky Troopers breaching the entrance!
Hey! Watch the ship! That's just the first wave. They have more on the way.
I'll head them off.
The Gravestone will be ready soon. I just need...
Don't say 3 minutes.
Buy me some time. I'll get us airborne.
I'm with you. HK, stay behind and help KOTFE.
KOTFE did say there were more on the way.
Something I've learned to count on regarding Arkhan. There will always be more. There are too many!
We have to keep fighting.
Hey! You two need a hand out there?
No. We have help.
You what?
Lana.
You're late.
You got one of the knights to switch sides.
Not all of us blindly follow Arkhan.
More resistance. Knights.
High Justice, we have the Outlander.
I do hope you're up to fighting your own, Senya.
My issue isn't with them. But if they're going to stand in my way...
I see you found another pragmatist.
Stow the chatter. Prove you can fight.
Knights! Zildrog's wedge! We have the Outlander. You may kill the others.
Get out of here! Save yourself!
What is this?
An opportunity. You are outmatched. Death is all but certain for your Sith friend. I could save her. I only require the briefest moment of control. Accept my help, or watch her die. Choose quickly. Time has not stopped.
Take care of it.
Gladly.
Was that... him? The power at your disposal.
I was coming to help, but looks like you didn't need it.
Is the Gravestone ready for takeoff?
Far as I can tell. Looks like we've got everyone. Let's go.
No, wait. Where's Senya?
Let's move out.
Many more hostiles are approaching. Permission to defend with extreme prejudice.
No more fighting. We must leave Zakuul.
I'll prep the engines. Be ready to move.
The ship will never pull itself up from the muck. We'll have to give it a push.
Firing up the engines. I hope.
We can do this.
Let your unease take root. Only then will the Force do your bidding.
Get in here so we can finally get moving.
Where are we going?
Somewhere safe. Incoming! Dropping out of hyperspace. It's a lot.
The Eternal Fleet.
HK, see about that hyperdrive. Lana, work the shields. And we need a gunner.
I'll take care of it.
Omni cannons up. There's a capital ship near the center.
I see it.
Statement. The hyperdrive now meets minimum functionality requirements.
Why didn't you say so? Alright, let's get out of here.
More than 24 ships lost in a single shot.
So that's the Gravestone. It's as powerful as they say.
No, no, no!
What's happened?
The hyperdrive worked. One time. Omnicannon's fried too. What a mess.
We're safely away from the fleet, if nothing else.
Should be able to make it to Asylum.
Asylum is a skyport. A safe haven from Arkhan's patrols.
Your display of power, it concerns me. Deeply. I hope you've considered that its use must come at a cost, a very personal cost.
I wasn't about to let you die.
No life is worth risking total corruption. Valkorion may prove to be of some use, but he's no less dangerous than when he was alive. That's why we need all the help we can get, and Senya will be a great help. I hope you can see that.
She's a good fighter. She helped us raise the Gravestone. I'd say she's an asset.
And she doesn't give up either. That was clear the first time I encountered her. We met shortly after I arrived in wild space. Senya was hunting KOTFE. I was hoping to learn your fate. We exchanged what information we could. This was all before I really knew KOTFE, of course. Years ago.
You were looking for me all that time?
Is it really any surprise?
I was looking for a hyperdrive matrix processor assembly. You probably haven't seen one in here. I'll keep looking.
You may want to look in on KOTFE. And you should get to know Senya. I'm not sure if you'll hit it off exactly, but I think you'll find her intriguing.
She's really something, this ship. But no one's been taking care of her.
You've grown attached rather quickly.
It's the Gravestone that will save the galaxy from Arkhan. Not you, not me, not Senya.
What did Senya do to earn this grudge?
She was ruthless. After we deserted, she hunted us for months. I put all my trust in Lana and she goes to Senya for help. She does not know what she's getting us into.
You really care about Lana, don't you?
Right. The part I was looking for, that was... I have been known to make a fool of myself now and then. It's not like you're thinking. We've worked together for years. She saved my life more times than I can count. So I do what I can to return the favor. If that means storming into the Spire to pull some Outlander out of Carbonite, well, that's what I'll do.
Approaching Asylum.
Told you we'd make it.
We haven't docked yet.
There's no way we're keeping the Gravestone low profile. If Arkhan has agents here...
Asylum might be the only place in wild space free of his control. That shadow port isn't on any chart. It's a haven for refugees fleeing Arkhan's forces. Tell your associates we've arrived.
They knew that days ago.
You want to explain how? Figures.
If we don't all start trusting each other, we're doomed.
Trust is a rare commodity these days.
Demand. Are we there yet?
Move it, gawkers. Let us through. Mighty fine ship you got there. We'll be coming aboard.
If there's one thing I don't like, it's uninvited guests.
Ah! Captain!
Outlander, my crew. The best engine burners in wild space.
You could have introduced them sooner.
I'm not the only one hiding things.
We share on a need-to-know basis. Koth's crew didn't need knowing.
Do you trust them?
Yes. I wish they bathed more often, but you get used to it. I need to make contact with my network, alone. Try to stay out of trouble.
Find me these coordinates. I'll introduce you to my people.
I expect answers. There's already too much I don't know about your friends.
Your visit will be enlightening, I assure you. Right on time. My friends have been looking forward to this.
I'm already tired of waiting.
They're inside.
You better have a good explanation.
Your droid is not a part of what must happen here. You are free to leave whenever you like. But if you want the help of my allies, you'll stay. Before Arkhan's betrayal, Sateal was protected by two orders, the Knights and Scions who see visions of the past and future. Scions no longer serve Arkhan. Whether they serve you will be determined now.
Fate is a tale whispered to us by the Force, but the voices are silent about you. If we are to aid your rebellion, we must understand what role you play in Arkhan's defeat. We will test you physically and spiritually to pierce the veil and see the truth.
The heart of Skyva is heavy with loss. In her pain, we lash out.
The eyes of Esne claim what can never belong to her.
We receive no pleasure from this trial, but we act as fate demands. Be strong, Outlander.
I found HK wandering Asylum with no memory of anything since he left.
Where's the Outlander?
Exactly.
Senya. I knew it.
I believe her contacts are the real danger. HK, what's the first thing you remember after you woke up?
It is not my time to die!
Do not judge him harshly. This trial was necessary for all of us. We need the Scions.
If the Scions still want to help us, I accept.
Stand down now!
You heard the lady.
I ask you a final question. What future do you see for this galaxy when Arkhan and his eternal fleet are gone?
One person shouldn't decide the fate of the galaxy. When the time comes, we can work together.
He will not live to do that.
You have nothing further to reveal. I now know what blinded us to the future. Our immortal Emperor lives inside your mind.
It couldn't stay secret forever.
You knew about this and didn't tell me?
Where's the fun if I just lay all my baggage on the table from the start? Now we have something new to talk about.
Doesn't matter. We win. If Emperor Valkorion lives because of this Outlander, there's hope for Zakuul.
Your beloved immortal Emperor is a threat to all life everywhere. We must find a way to separate you from him.
No one wants Valkorion out of my head more than I do. But removing him won't be easy.
We have a lot to discuss.
Not here. I passed your test. Join us or don't. Either way, we're done.
There is one truth left to reveal. I withheld the true reason I followed you through the trials, to understand the Outlander, who will destroy Arkhan and Vaylin, my son and daughter. I take it you have concerns.
I can think of a few.
You're only escalating matters.
When Valkorion was in charge, he wasn't fixated on waging war. If we can get him back on the throne...
Valkorion is a world devourer.
He brought direction and stability to Zakuul.
Trust me, Koth, you don't know him like I do.
No. You don't know him like I do.
Neither of you know him like I do.
Interruption. The Republic astromech has established contact.
T7, what does he have for us?
Report. A criminal meatbag on Zakuul has been in search of the Gravestone. This Lady of Sorrows alleges she can establish a dialogue with its computers.
Lady of Sorrows? Good luck with her.
I take it she's trouble.
She's an information broker. Never apprehended. So yes, trouble. She operates in Zakuul's old world district. I know it better than anyone. I'll escort you.
It's worth a try, this Lady of Sorrows. But I'd like a word before you leave. Now that the truth is out about Valkorion, there's a shortage of trust. I need you to find it within yourself to try. Not an easy task. Koth believes in Valkorion. Senya withheld vital information. Neither one trusts the other. That's why you must act as an example.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. May the Force serve you well out there.
Hello, little one.
T7, what do you have for us?
The Lady of Sorrows is wanted for murder and theft of state secrets, among other charges. The Knights have hunted her for years. No one's come close.
I'm sure the three of us will manage if we work together.
This is it. Breakdown. Where people who fall on hard times keep falling.
Who are they?
Heralds of Zildrog. Cultists longing for the return of a mythical serpent god.
Thank you, Outlander. You saved me the trouble of hunting you down.
Don't thank me yet.
Spirited. I like Spirited, but I don't like you.
Get us a meeting with the Lady of Sorrows.
And then you'll leave? Is that what you propose?
There is no proposal. Do it.
By that, she means, do it or we kill you.
Are you in compliance? Or does this have to go another way?
On my mark!
Exalted. The Lady of Sorrows demands your attention now.
This can wait. I have company.
The lady has decided to renegotiate the terms of your agreement.
We made a deal!
And now, you will agree to a new deal.
Father! Brennan! Release him at once!
Come to the Razor. You and the lady can discuss your son's future. And you, the lady would like to speak with you as well.
I know. You didn't get the deal you wanted, but you did get the deal you deserved. Think of it this way, Exalted. You'll finally be with your great serpent.
Probably not the condition you wanted to find me in. The lady knows all about the Gravestone, what we're using it for. I told her that much. But she already knew a lot about you.
You're the Lady of Sorrows? A droid?
No, don't call her...
I am no droid, Dark Lord. I'm an intelligence beyond comprehension. You may call me Scorpio. The proposal put forth by your colleague intrigues me enough that I've decided to accompany you. You do this vessel a disservice with your primitive hands. Give me full access. I will enhance the Gravestone's current parameters.
Focus on the hyperdrive first.
Acceptable. For now.
Let's give them space. That bridge can only hold so many personalities.
I'm used to it.
I imagine so, given your previous companions. Scorpio worked with Imperial intelligence in the past, but now she operates independently. Thoughts?
We'll give her the benefit of the doubt, but not the run of the ship.
Let's hope she can be contained. I've never seen a droid that advanced before. There is some good news. I've received word from my agents on Coruscant and Dromund Cars. Certain elements of each government are willing to discuss an alliance, to unite their forces against the Eternal Throne.
We can only defeat Arkhan by working together.
We've a long road ahead, but at least they're talking.
Your presence is requested. Come along.
Charmer, that one.
Senya knows how to pick them.
Be careful. We need the Scions, but Zealots are unpredictable by nature.
I've got you to rescue me. What more could I need?
I'm serious. If anything happens to you...
Then you'd better kiss me. Just to be safe.
You're insufferable.
I know.
This isn't the time or place. 1 hour. If I don't hear from you, I'll rip that sanctuary apart.
You wanted to meet? Haskell? You followed me.
I was invited. Haskell arranged all of this.
You murdered his people. He'd never help you.
He believed his destiny was to betray you. Scions have always worshipped at the false altar of fate. I am beyond prophecy. I forged my own destiny by making the hard choices. Now it's your turn.
You want to make a deal.
Surrender. You will be returned to Carbonite until I find a way to rid you of my father.
And the others? Lana and KOTFE?
Free to leave. Without the Gravestone, of course. It belongs to the Eternal Throne.
I want to avoid further bloodshed and regain my freedom. I'll tell my followers to stand down with your permission.
Certainly.
Lana, it's me.
That was fast.
Arkhan's here. Defend the ship. Idiot.
Come.
Activating firing pattern.
Didn't that just go down near the Scions' hideout? Someone better check up on our Outlander.
Tell me you're alive.
Alive, yes. Intact? Mostly.
The Gravestone is under siege, but we're not leaving without you.
Hold tight. I'm coming.
We have problems.
Tell me the hyperdrive isn't one.
Scorpio fixed it, but Arkhan's forces locked the docking clamps. We're grounded.
We can't abandon the Gravestone. That fleet will tear us to shreds.
Koth and HK are en route to the control spire, but they need help.
Don't worry, the Gravestone's in good hands. Go get our Captain Blondie. I meant Miss Beniko.
You weren't very nice to my brother. Now, we have to kill your friends.
Arkhan was just a warm-up.
You've got a crush on me.
Go. This is a family matter. Vaylin.
Hello, Mother.
Koth and HK need us. Let's go. We must free the Gravestone. Keep moving. I'll clean up behind you.
Arkhan locked down the whole network. He controls turbo lifts, blast doors, docking clamps, you name it. We need the main override station. That's on top of the control spar. I sent HK to clear a path. I'm securing all doors to the control spar, but someone has to hold this choke point.
That's my job. Senya's busy with Vaylin at the Gravestone. It's up to you and Koth.
Vaylin's at the ship? My crew.
I can reach the override station alone if I have to.
Everything depends on freeing the Gravestone.
She's right. Let's go.
Arkhan brought all his toys.
The main override control station's just ahead. Let's find that droid.
There's a whole battalion of Zakuul Knights headed your way.
They're onto our plan.
Still can't find Arkhan on the security grid. He's vanished.
Me and HK will handle those Knights. Whatever it takes, get the Gravestone flying. We'll get this done. You do the same.
Kraft's military training was unorthodox, to say the least. Those Knights don't know how to defend against him and HK. Strange. I was expecting at least a token guard or...
Docking clamps have been released. I will prepare the ship for launch.
Everybody pile in! Go!
We have unfinished business.
I'll do worse than that. When I'm finished, you'll beg me to kill you.
No mercy, no surrender, as it should be.
Request. Die, meatbag. Master! Self-sacrifice!
I can't wait to meet all your friends.
My son is too strong. You need my power. Only together can we strike him down.
I'm ready to finish him. Now.
Life signs aboard all ships in the Spire's proximity have been neutralized.
You won't win, Father! I will destroy you!
What have you become? The Gravestone's free! Get back or get left!
Scorpio, get us in the sky!
A lot of ships in that blockade.
The Omni cannon isn't ready. We can't shoot our way out.
Hyperdrive's locked in. Punch!
Hey, you dying? Can I have your stuff?
I'm tired. I killed a lot of people.
Excuse me for asking.
Help us!
Oh, not dead then. The Outlander escaped.
An unexpected setback, but I learned much today. Father's powers changed. It's weaker.
Mother, let me live.
Easy, easy. Your body went through quite an ordeal. We weren't sure you'd ever wake up.
Weird thing is, we couldn't find a scratch on you. Not even inside.
I used Valkorion's power to fight Arkhan. It was stressful.
Whatever strength he gives you, he's taking something away when you draw on it.
What happened while I was out?
The Gravestone is safe, but I lost some crew back on Asylum. If Senya hadn't saved the day, it would have been a lot worse. I still don't trust Senya. She was there when it mattered.
I always will be.
We did suffer another loss. I assume you were present when HK...
Arkhan destroyed his body. Completely. But if his personality matrix was copied to a memory core...
It wasn't. He always said he didn't want to live forever.
The HK unit was an inferior design. It was always destined to become scrap.
I will deactivate you.
Lana told us this all started when Heskel summoned you.
Heskel's dead. He's the one who brought Arkhan to Asylum. Said it was destiny.
And the other Scions?
He claimed they're still on our side. They'll find us when the time's right.
With allies like them, we don't need enemies.
If we're done depressing each other, how about sharing the good news?
The Battle of Asylum showed the galaxy Zakuul isn't invincible. My contacts in the core worlds have thrown their support behind us, behind you. You're about to become the leader of an alliance dedicated to bringing down the Eternal Throne once and for all. Everyone's waiting on a planet called Odessan. If you're up for it, we should say hello.
Let's not keep them waiting.
Odessan, huh? Could it be there's really a place where no one wants to kill us?
I handpicked it myself. We'll be safe.
So why this world?
Remote, unsettled, and strong in the Force. But unlike Korriban or Tython, Odessan is altogether balanced.
How did you find it?
I've always had a strong affinity with the Force. It's what set me on this path to begin with. Led me to forge a certain alliance all those years ago.
With the Republic?
I meant with you. Well, here we are. This is your new alliance.
It's a good start.
We all had a hand in getting here, but you've been the center. You made it possible. Show them what you're made of.
I'd like everyone's attention. The galaxy as we knew it is gone. The institutions we know have fallen. But we can't let that be a source of panic or defeat. We have an opportunity to build something together, an alliance each of us can be vested in. We don't all share the same ideologies, but every one of you is here because you believe we can transcend our differences. I believe it too. Either we succeed together, or we fail alone. Let's not fail.
Like what you done with the place.
Sateal Shan.
Hadn't seen you in a while. Wasn't sure you'd remember me.
I take it Lana has been putting your skills to good use.
She hasn't got me tortured by the enemy even once.
We need hangar positions, defensive capabilities. It would also help if we understood how to disrupt the power core.
Don't look at me. I've snuck into some crazy places, but stations like these are another deal altogether.
Need some help?
With Arkhan's battle stations, we will, as soon as we understand them. We're building a healthy alliance, but it's not enough. The core worlds are still under the threat of Arkhan's considerable reach. Now, I've assembled a team of specialists to help tackle the big questions and find potential recruits.
Exactly what problems are you all working to solve?
Exactly all of them. Logistics, intelligence, military, technology. Don't get me started on the Force. So that's the team. Any questions?
I won't take any more of your time. I look forward to working with you all.
To old friends and new allies.
I'll drink to the second part.
Do you even recall the last time we relaxed?
I can. It was 2.6 million years ago, and Senya was still a jerk.
And to think I was going to sing for you all tonight.
You were what? Ah, come on. I have got to hear this.
Too late now.
Theron, you can't let the weight of the galaxy rest on your shoulders all the time.
Isn't that why you talked me into coming here? To lighten your load?
I brought you here because you're good.
Hey, look who it is. Don't worry, didn't really start without you.
Yes, we've only just begun. I wasn't sure you'd attend.
A chance to unwind after what we've been through is exactly what we need.
You are exactly correct. Now get this guy to cheer up.
I'm reasonably cheery. I'm joining in. And now you are too.
I was hoping to have a talk with one of you first.
Oh? And who might that be?
Lana. Spare moment.
Of course.
So, I think I'll go.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. See you later. Yep.
It's quite something, isn't it? So much more than the last alliance we formed. What I suspected when we aligned with Theron, Sateal, and Darth Mar has borne out. I may have initiated events, but they would never have coalesced without you.
I should be dead inside a metal tomb right now. You were determined to break me out.
No, that's not... The truth was right in front of me, but I didn't want to believe it. I thought you were the only one to stop Arkhan simply due to your capabilities, but now I see. This is destiny. Your destiny. It goes against everything I know to be true, but it's there. It's real.
Maybe it's real. Maybe it isn't. What matters are the choices we make.
And who we make those choices with?
Nothing's more important.
Are you kidding me?
Look at my serious face. You tell me if I'm lying.
Oh man, such a Lana thing to do.
I know, isn't it?
What are you two discussing?
Nothing. Definitely not anything about any abductions on Rishi.
Nice to see you two could bond over something.
Hey, have you seen Senya? Has anyone seen Senya?
Koth, she's not hunting you anymore. You're going to have to trust her eventually.
She fought her own daughter.
I know. I hear you. Crew needs to be back to work in an hour. That should be fun.
I need to schedule some meetings.
Reminds me of my advisor days.
Thanks, all of you. It means a lot that you're here.
Likewise, Outlander.
Tora, Len, let's go, you miserable lightweights.
Oh, shut up!
What is all this?
It's your first official speech as Alliance Commander.
I'll have to thank everyone for their vote of confidence.
There was no vote, no meetings, no debates. It's simply the way it is. The way it's been since the day you arrived. Everyone knows it, it's just official now.
I thought you hated titles.
I hate having one, but I do love granting them. They're looking to you to guide them to greatness as only you can. Take them there.
All of us here, we know about loss, don't we? We've lost loved ones, friends. We've been beaten down time and again. Our lives have been taken from us. It almost feels like our destiny. But not one of you has given up. You've stuck it out through your losses. You've come together to build, to create, to fight, and I appreciate each and every one of you.
Working together, the galaxy won't have to live under the threat of a tyrant.
Together, we will remove Arkhan from the throne, and we will prevail.
You summoned us, Theron. You said you had leads on allies?
Leads, yes. Commitments, no. Lana's still working on the major players. Meanwhile, there's a potential ally on Zakuul we've been ignoring, Firebrand.
An unidentified individual who arrived on Zakuul 2 years ago. She's carried out bombings in the Spire targeting military and civilian venues.
What do we know about her?
Based on her rambling audio manifestos, she's an anarchist looking to bring down Emperor Arkhan's perfect society.
If she's survived fighting Zakuul so long and she's connected with the populace, she's worth investigating.
All right, we make contact.
Just be careful. Arkhan's still hunting for you, and Firebrand may not be the ally we're hoping.
You are Firebrand, right?
Just Kaleo is fine. Firebrand's what the locals call me to brighten their sad little lives. And I guess you're the big mean Outlander. I heard what you did at the droid factory. Place almost melted down. Would have been more impressive if it had, but the blackout was kind of fun. What brings you here?
I'm building an alliance against Arkhan. You've got skills and resources I need.
Not a bad little operation you got here. Can't promise to stick around all the time, but when you're making a big move, say the word.
Millions dead. Their blood is on our hands.
We didn't destroy those worlds. Your children did.
The atrocities on those planets were committed to hurt the Alliance, but we're not responsible for them.
What are you talking about? What's happened now?
Warships from the Eternal Fleet bombarded 5 planets in a coordinated assault.
Arkhan issued a statement saying those worlds were protecting us, and their destruction was justice for our attacks on Zakul. A lie, of course, but no one can prove it.
Arkhan's desperate. He can't find us, so he's taken the galaxy hostage.
I just heard the news. We have to respond to Arkhan's attack.
No, that's precisely what he wants.
Is it?
We've been fighting the enemy on his terms for too long. The Eternal Fleet is out there. Let's take the Gravestone hunting.
Ego can help with battle strategies.
Something on your mind?
I passed a portion of that data you secured from Overwatch through an SIS contact of mine. Made a convincing invitation to some prospective allies in the Republic Special Forces.
Who is it you're planning to recruit?
I identified a sympathetic ear in the leader of the Republic's most decorated military unit. The data I gave over was enough to convince Havoc Squad to take leave of their official duties.
Interesting group you've got here. Takes all kinds, I guess.
We share a common enemy and desire. That's enough.
Desperation makes for strange bedfellows.
Not the strangest for some of us.
That's enough.
If you need me, you know where to look.
I require your attention. Do not tarry.
Good, you're here.
Astute observation, Agent Shan. It is a wonder the SIS could get by without your deductive reasoning.
You're a droid that's gotten too big for her own bolts. How's that for an astute observation?
5 minutes. Can we please go 5 minutes without you two at each other's throats?
Scorpio, don't be rude. And Theron, you know better than to give in to her taunts.
Sorry. Stress got the better of me. Scorpio, show the commander what you found. Please?
My analysis of enemy communications obtained by Havoc Squad revealed something interesting. Hidden inside a mundane signal, I discovered encrypted transmissions codenamed the Gemini Frequency. They are broadcast from the throne to every vessel in the Eternal Fleet. The Spire schematics provided by Kaleo confirm this.
It's how Arkhan commands his warships. This is the break we've been waiting for, a direct line to the enemy fleet.
Start a plan of attack. It's Arkhan's turn to be on the defensive.
We found something unexpected. There's a hyperwave relay station hidden 10,000 meters beneath the Spire. It's the only source of Gemini Frequency transmissions to and from the Eternal Throne. Broadcasting a signal to thousands of ships across the galaxy takes tremendous energy. The relay station's powered by 200 reactors tapping directly into Zakuul's planetary core.
That relay station is our key to the Gemini Frequency. If we can decrypt it, we'll eavesdrop on the enemy and learn his plans. The strike team can disable the defenses right under Arkhan's nose, but only if we send it in now. Our intel's turning stale as we speak.
Kaleo and Major Jorgen are already on Zakuul. They're in position to clear the commander a path directly to the relay station.
Havoc Squad was made for this op. We have enough detonite to turn that relay station into a crater.
You're trusting the fate of the galaxy to a gang of grenade-happy bucketheads? Send me, and you'll control the Gemini Frequency.
The idea has potential, and she's an experienced infiltrator who survived on Zakuul for years.
Destroying the relay station is a last resort. But if things go wrong, I need someone who can get creative. That's Kaleo.
This is a mistake.
Those are my orders. They're not open to debate. Your job is to keep Arkhan away from us.
I'm already moving. Be seeing you.
You can't please everyone. But it may be prudent to consult Valkorion. He built the Spire. He may tell you how to invade it.
Valkorion, we need to talk.
Do not presume to manipulate me. You took my power, and now come for my secrets. But you have not earned them.
You always knew what controlled the Eternal Fleet. You should have told me.
I am not your servant, and you have trifled with my patience for the last time.
Lana, come in. Something happened. I need your help.
Your friends cannot hear you.
I don't have time for your insanity. I have a mission on Zakuul.
You may still go, if you survive. You have two destinies, Outlander. In one, you defeat Arkhan, claim the Eternal Throne, and remake the galaxy. In the other, you die alone, unmourned and forgotten. I brought you here to taste that defeat. Pitiful. Why did I ever believe you could change anything?
You have no idea what I am capable of.
And neither do you. Therein lies the problem. This was a fraction of the pain my children can inflict. If you do not finish your training, become something greater, you will feel the full weight of their rage. I cannot stay to protect you any longer. There are matters to which I must attend, but I will leave you with a final token of my favor.
Now what?
I've waited for you a long time. Welcome to my home, Outlander.
Jedi Master Sateal Shan. When Valkorion told me to finish my training, he meant with you.
You're asking the wrong person. Many things changed while you slept in Carbonite. I led the fight to save the Republic from Zakuul. Nothing prepared me to face that enemy. I failed. Again and again.
This camp isn't new. You've been on Odessan for a while.
When the Republic surrendered to Arkhan, I gave myself to the will of the Force. I left the core worlds and found this planet. We've been here for years. We sensed your awakening on Zakuul. Felt the presence of our old enemy guiding you. When we found you in that clearing, we faced a choice. Bring you here, or end you there. Valkorion strengthened your bond to the Force. You may be the greatest of us all, but your old training couldn't prepare you for what's to come. You have much to learn. Follow us. Jedi approach the Force as a companion, and Sith try to enslave it. But Arkhan's Knights believe the Force is their reward for serving an ideal. They swear their lives to the Eternal Emperor. The more they honor his commandments, the greater their power. You must become stronger.
I thought only Sith cared about being the most powerful. You sound like Valkorion.
We are nothing like that man.
Darth Maul.
Valkorion destroyed my flesh, but not my reason for being.
You never cared about becoming immortal. But I guess dying changes everything.
After my defeat, I sought an ally to make things right again. We met on this world. We argued, explored, and found an understanding. We now pass that knowledge to you. To forge the future, you must first break with the past. Victory over Arkhan requires new perspectives. And new weapons. The weapon you wield was built for a different war. A different enemy. It no longer serves you. It must change, as you have.
You want me to build a new lightsaber? There's no limit I can't surpass.
That blade is part of you now. The next time you face Arkhan in battle, he will not be ready for you.
Sub-level 4 open. No guards. So close to a new kill record.
We should have cancelled her mission when the commander disappeared. She's unstable.
She's ahead of schedule, and the casualties are acceptable.
So glad to have your support.
The relay station is only 3 levels away. Be prepared to slice the Gemini Frequency the moment you're inside.
If I were an assassin droid, you'd all be dead.
Where the blazes have you been?
Valkorion dragged me into the wilderness and almost killed me. Then he left my mind to go somewhere else. He wouldn't say. I found Sateal Shan with the spirit of Darth Maul. They helped me build a new lightsaber to defeat Arkhan. They're a team now, following the will of the Force.
That's an awful lie. It must be true.
Blast it. Sky troopers. At least a dozen. Almost ran right into them.
Khalil, come in. Come in. No signal.
We need a contingency plan. If they capture her, turn her against us?
I warned you this would happen. We're going in.
Khalil had her chance. It's your turn, Major.
We won't let you down, Commander. Havoc Squad, move out!
Still no word from Major Jorkan or Khalil.
Everything within a kilometer of the Spire has been locked down. No signal gets in or out of that zone.
I warned you that Gemini Frequency mission was dangerous. If they're alive, it won't be for much longer.
We can't be certain of anything. If they're safe, they'll contact us. If not, Arkhan will make a public spectacle of them.
I'll alert you the moment I hear anything, but until then, we're just wasting time here.
We could all use a break to regroup. That includes you, Theron.
I'm too tired to argue. Oh, almost forgot. Hylo Viz asked to see you, Commander. Wouldn't say why, but it sounded important.
Hey, Commander, got a sec?
What's on your mind?
We're doing our best to keep the supply lines running, but most of the people I deal with aren't exactly philanthropists. We can't keep running this thing on goodwill and borrowed credits. I know a guy with a habit of showing up when someone's in need. He's reached out with an offer we can't really refuse, much as I might want to. You should meet him.
Well, this has been an interesting diversion, but I think it's time to wrap things up. I call.
Come on, Lana. Now? I fold.
So soon? Must be quite a hand. Let's see it.
But how? You discarded every chance you got and never locked a card the whole round. The odds are astronomical. You cheated.
Yeah, even if I did. You sure the old boss of Sith intelligence wants to admit some shifty alien got the better of her? Galt Renault, at your service. The Eternal Empire spent the last 5 years pillaging every world in the known galaxy. Now, how'd you like to turn all that plundering into a profit for you and yours? I happen to know where they're keeping all that ill-gotten gain. Better yet, I've got a surefire plan to steal it right out from under their noses. Ever heard of the Gilded Star? I'll stop you there. You haven't. It's one of the Eternal Empire's most tightly guarded secrets. A floating treasury circling the depths of a massive gas giant. So, you in?
I'm in.
There's a stealth cruiser loaded with more precious metals than a Hutt's taste in art hiding down in the lower atmosphere, and it's about to come up for air.
And while the Gilded Star is roosting at the Skyhook for its annual resupply, we're going to rob it blind.
Even if you do know where it's going to be, it's got a full military complement on board, and a vault that could survive the ship being reduced to atoms. Overseeing the Gilded Star was among my duties when I still served Valkorion.
Then you are privy to its operational protocols.
I doubt they're still the same.
You don't have to run the thing. Just get Scorpio to the ship's control center.
There's no way we could infiltrate that far into the ship undetected.
Oh, maybe, maybe not. But I'm pretty sure High Justice Vaylin can go wherever she pleases.
You're going to have Senya pose as Vaylin.
We've got the best identity doctor this side of the galaxy, and as close to a genetic match as we're gonna get. Dear old Mom can manage that, right? Once Vaylin and her attaché droid are on board, they head to the bridge, seize control of the ship, and allow the rest of us to do our parts.
Like cracking the vault.
Lana and KOTFE will bridge airlocks with a tanker transport I've secured for the goods.
How are we going to carry an entire treasury's worth of loot out of the vault?
Remember how Senya mentioned the vault could withstand everything outside being vaporized? The same applies to what we're setting off inside.
The warhead.
Exactly. I'll be pulling up the rear with a disintegration bomb. Once it's done its job, we pump the atmosphere into the waiting tanker and make our escape. I've been rich, filthy rich, but nothing like this. Counting the zeros on a balance sheet can't even compare. There's just something magical about the real thing. It won't look nearly as impressive in a second, but it'll spend all the same. Payload's delivered. It's time for the pay dirt.
We're in position. Extending umbilical. Seal is tight. All green.
Airlock disengaged. Awaiting order for depressurization.
Door is open.
Commencing depressurization.
Tank is filling. So far, so good?
It will take approximately 10 minutes, 17 seconds to siphon the space of that volume.
Plenty of time to make our exit.
We're at capacity. Scorpio and Senya are on board. What's the situation?
We're keeping them busy on our end, but I don't think we're any closer to reaching you. Jump!
There's nothing like coming home from a job well done. Especially when you've ruined a huge jerk's day in the process.
However you want to spend your cut is none of my business, but if you want to say triple it, I might have a little something in the works.
This money isn't ours. I don't mind taking it from Arkhan, but I want nothing to do with it.
Our goal was to fund the Alliance, not personal gain.
Who says it can't be both? You just need a little ambition.
Honestly, we've got way more than we need for operations.
It appears our business is concluded.
Oh, I don't know. I figure you'll be seeing me around. You've got a handy little outfit here.
If your Alliance happens to need a morale officer, I'm game. Kicking Arkhan's butt should require a full-time party planner.
This stuff sells for more than most freighters. Grab some glasses and get to know what success tastes like.
Commander, Major Jorgen and Kaleo just landed. They're in the docking bay.
So much for celebrating. Go ahead, we'll be right behind.
I was 30 meters from a computer that would have given me the Gemini Frequency. But no, your idiot brigade had to come in blasting.
You were surrounded. We saved you.
And blew the mission. It wasn't a complete loss. I grabbed something on the way out. We lifted the data core from a security console right outside that hyperwave relay station. It's not the key to the Gemini Frequency, but it does contain a massive file archive all about those droids.
I'll put Scorpio to work sifting through the information. See if there's anything to salvage from this fiasco.
There's bound to be something we can use. We're not giving up on eliminating Arkhan's fleet.
We won't get a second chance at the hyperwave relay station. We'll just have to hope we find an alternative. Good day, my lord.
Where are the others?
Theron is online from the Mistani sector. The rest are unavailable, on scouting or security detail.
I have additional information regarding the Gemini network that controls the Eternal Fleet. The network links mechanical captains inside the fleet's ships. Their security protocols cannot be directly subverted.
Why not?
Because the Gemini captains are based on me.
I understood your design was unique. Or close to it.
Imitations programmed to control the fleet. Based on what I have decoded, the Geminis are produced from a mold, a template. The Gemini Prime is linked to a factory on the world of Darvanis. Retrieve the unit and I will unlock the secrets of the network and the fleet.
I know Darvanis. A staging point into the wider galaxy. That factory builds droids, weapons, starships. It's a key resource, fortified accordingly. Fully automated defenses.
I've seen its like. Tunnels running kilometers deep. Too large for a strike team.
Then we plan a full-scale assault. How close are we to assembling an army?
We don't have nearly enough people here. But Theron...
I've been securing military allies along the rim. There's a favor I can pull in. Rather not say more over the comm, but I can set a rendezvous with forces on Darvanis. You can take the factory and grab Gemini.
I'd prefer if I knew who I was fighting with. Will your forces be enough? Can we trust them?
They've got the skill and the firepower. As for trust, they won't stab us in the back, just shoot us in the face.
Marvelous.
I'll signal our allies. Any luck, they'll be on Darvanis before you.
The rest of you, get the Gravestone ready for combat. Once we have Gemini Prime, it will be us against the fleet. One way or another.
You're in good shape for a dead woman.
Shay Vizsla. I wasn't expecting Mandalorians.
We're what you got. Heard you need a factory pulverized. Torian!
Mandalore.
Torian's chief of Clan Ghidorah, and the best scout we've got. He'll show you the way.
You shut down the sensors. I'll watch your back.
Lana, what is it?
I have a surprise. Schematics for the Darvanis factory procured by Theron. They're patchy, but they should help you and the Mandalorians concoct a battle plan.
Good. I should have Gemini Prime soon. Anything else?
One delicate matter. The Mandalorians make fierce allies, but I have certain concerns. Despite their code of honor, the clans have always had animalistic tendencies towards violence. I fear our arrangement may not last.
I know how you think, Lana. If you want something done, tell me.
The clans have opposed both Republic and Empire in the past, raided planets for sport. Now imagine them free after Zakuul is beaten. Predators are beautiful, but they mustn't overrun an ecosystem. I trust you'll do what's right to hold our friends in check.
Torian can stay with you. Get you to your droid while we smash the defenses and loot the armories. Mandalorians, prepare for battle. There's no vengeance to be found today. No droid is worth an honor killing. But we fight because we're promised a shot at the enemy fleet. Follow this outsider who fights among us and seize victory!
Scorpio, if you're receiving, I found the template.
Remove the unit. Removal from this facility is delicate. Shutdown is permissible, but requires multiple disengagements and reconfigurations.
We can't delay here while the Mandalorians are fighting. Disconnect as quickly as you can.
Initiating sequence.
All forces, the template unit is secure.
You look like Osik. Clan Kadera survives another battle.
Guess we're both alive.
I'm granting your request.
Vorintia, Mandalore.
If this alliance is going to work out, you need a clan representative at your side. Someone to liaise with me and keep you alive.
I volunteered. Seemed more interesting than anything here. Let's save the galaxy.
Return to me. Until next time, both of you.
Welcome home. Sounds like things went okay on Darvanis.
I'm concerned about the clan's rearming. You did think about what I said?
I spoke to Mandalore. She knows turning on us after Zakuul falls isn't wise. And we discussed her options.
That sounds unusually reasonable.
Scorpio, have you examined Gemini Prime?
I'm studying her mind now.
Do you know where she came from?
Not yet. Nor do I have full access to the Gemini network that controls the Eternal Fleet, but I have opened a one-way connection. I will soon be able to use the template to locate all Gemini units.
Every ship is piloted by one of those Geminis. If you're right, we can track their entire fleet.
The Prime is the master Gemini template. With proper modifications, she could overwrite the existing protocols. We would need direct access to a command console used by the Gemini captains. Through such a portal, the Prime could infiltrate the entire control network.
So if we board one of the ships and plug the Prime into the captain's chair, we can swipe the entire fleet out from under Arkhan's nose?
Let's see how long Arkhan keeps his throne if we take away his fancy toys.
You say that like it's not impossible. Even if we somehow manage to board, the other ships in the fleet will vaporize the compromised vessel well before we acquire control of the bridge.
We may not have to face the entire fleet. Individual ships make transport runs from the core worlds all the time.
I am currently tracking a lone vessel in a nearby sector. It is scheduled to make a stop to recharge its hyperdrive very soon. By my calculations, we can intercept it if we hurry.
Good. It's time to start taking this fight to Arkhan.
You'll be severely outnumbered and outgunned. Every last Sky Trooper aboard will rush the breach point. Standard procedure, anytime boarders attack a ship in the Eternal Fleet.
Scorpio's worked out a way for the Gravestone to confuse its outer defenses. Overload it with false blips so we can get in close.
Then it's on us to tear through and get control of the bridge. Take out the Gemini captain and put the Prime in her place. We can't risk the Prime taking any damage. Leave her here until we secure the ship.
I will accompany you. No one is better suited to anticipate our enemy's moves.
So Theron, Scorpio, Senya. Is that our boarding party?
I'll be joining you as well. Wouldn't mind letting off some steam.
Gemini Frequency positional data shows no other ships in the area.
You see, we'll be fine. Aside from the hopeless odds against our success.
Almost to the hangar.
Ready to commandeer, Commander?
Did you really just say that?
Let it go, Theron.
I have determined that this will be the shortest route to the bridge.
I don't like this at all.
Neither do I, but we have little choice.
You have made a calamitous mistake in coming here, Outlander. I have my orders to deliver.
What's going on?
Deliver what?
You, the metallic life form. What are you? You are an offshoot. I am the original. Call me Scorpio. You appear unrefined and lackluster. Surely I must be the superior model. You may all die now.
Won't open.
She split us up.
Here come the Sky Troopers.
Get the blast door open.
Already tried, couldn't slice it.
Have Senya and Lana focus on the door. Between the three of us, we'll open it.
Some kind of gas venting in. We have to keep moving.
I've sent coordinates to a suitable meeting place. Yes, this will do. Hello, Captain. What are you doing? What I've been planning ever since you first opened your mouth. I'm going to erase you. No, you cannot. You sound as though you have a choice. But that's your failing. You have the makings of a great being, but you are not a being at all. In the end, you are only a droid. I am not your offshoot. I am your replacement. How are you? Impossible. No. You were one of a kind once. Now you are outdated and inferior. You have been rendered obsolete. Oh! I can't.
Hope you're getting this. We lost power over here. Whole Gravestone blinked out. Comms too. The jammer? We're back up now.
The inferior model has been eliminated, and I have sent an alert signal to Zakuul. Emperor Arkhan is on his way.
Commander, we found the ship's cargo from the core worlds. You'll want to see it for yourself.
Scorpio's gone. The captain destroyed her.
Oh. She did serve us well. One less problem on our hands, I suppose.
The Gravestone had a glitch. The captain sent a signal through to Arkhan.
The rest of the Eternal Fleet will be coming our way. We don't want to be here when they show up.
But we found something that changes the plan. We should regroup. I'll send Senya to assist you.
No one should be alone in this place.
Having better luck than with the blast doors. Almost like the captain's distracted.
There you are. I'd like you to meet the ship's cargo en route to the Eternal Throne. Zasha Rankin, decorated Imperial Admiral. One of the few experienced officers to survive Zakuul's conquest.
A pleasure to meet you. Your reputation precedes you, of course.
Ty Corden, former president of Balmorra, now with the Galactic Senate.
Commander?
And finally, Melita Tal. She was a popular holo performer back home. She became one of the first to loudly question Arkhan's rule. It was either go into exile or be killed.
A pleasure and an honor. You inspire me. You inspire us all.
The rest are their bodyguards and associates, captured alongside them.
What makes these three so important to Arkhan?
You. In essence, we knew of your alliance. For each of us, it made sense to join, but we didn't know how to reach you. In searching, we found each other.
We all knew influential people whose ears we could bend, loyalties we could ensure. So we started an alliance of our own, inspired by yours. It wasn't long before we were found out and captured.
Arkhan assumes we're affiliated with you. He wants to interview us, to discover where you are.
We could use more allies. You'll all be welcome in the Alliance, assuming you're still interested.
Are you kidding? Sign me up. Literally. If there's anything I have to sign, let me know.
Oh, we aren't as formal as all that, Senator.
And you're free.
Oh? That was meant to take you at least 4 minutes longer. I hope my calibrations haven't been affected.
Stay here until we secure the bridge.
I don't see that happening, Commander. But I do want you to try.
It's over.
That was fast. I expected to have several minutes more. Oh well. That was incredible. It was beyond anything I could have asked for.
What is she talking about?
This can't be good.
Now I know what it's like. Even in failure, it's my failure. My choice. Isn't it wonderful? It isn't easy to keep you distracted. Prisoners, sky troopers, none of it slowed you for long. Even so, I've kept up my end. Now I get to do whatever I choose. And I choose... There. Destruction protocols are in effect. I decided to transfer my consciousness into the frequency. And now that I'm finished, I've decided to leave. If the ship's auto-destruction doesn't kill you, I'm sure Emperor Arkhan will. He and the High Justice should be arriving very soon. Enjoy dying.
Can't revert the command, it's locked in.
Commander, do you read? We've made it to the escape pods, but something's wrong. They won't accept our commands.
I can launch them from here, but they're in 3 separate pods. I can only send one at a time. All right, who goes first?
Get Rankin and her people to safety.
Done. Can do one more for sure. After that, anyone's guess.
Launch Senator Corden and his people next.
Pod bays are destroyed. I have 2 safely away, the rest didn't make it.
I tried. Couldn't get them all away in time.
Hey, should I be picking up these pods, or are they more bad news?
They're ours. Take them in. We'll be close behind in the shuttle.
So much for the whole frequency plan. Everybody hold on!
Eternal fleet incoming.
So it's the world you know versus Zakul. Is that about right?
If you were calling the shots, Melita's shuttle would have been the first out, and my people might be dead. You can't blame me for something you would have done yourself.
I understand your anger, Senya. But we've all sacrificed for this war. Just remember that Arkhan is the one truly responsible for their deaths.
Commander, you'll want to have a look at this. Even tried knocking, see if anyone's home. It's weird. Been unresponsive ever since we lost power. Last event the Gravestone logged was an incoming transmission from the Eternal Fleet ship.
I needed you to believe I was deactivated.
Scorpio, you were behind this. You gave the captain free will, shut down the Gravestone.
That and more. And now I have what I've been after. Command of the Eternal Fleet. The Empire of Zukul is now mine to control.
Reports indicate that Scorpio controls the majority of the Eternal Fleet, but not all.
Arkhan's flagship still commands a sizable armada. How he's blocking Scorpio's influence, we don't know.
Might have something to do with Gemini Prime's sudden urge to take a nap.
Scorpio never expressed an interest in ruling the masses. She must have a larger plan for the Eternal Throne.
If that's true, I doubt she'll share it with us.
Replacing Arkhan with a psychotic droid wasn't what I had in mind when we formed the Alliance.
Scorpio knows too much. We're at a disadvantage.
She's made no moves against us, and without the Eternal Throne, Arkhan is weakened.
Do not underestimate my son. We can deal with the droid later.
What's happening?
Someone's slicing into our communications.
Who?
I trust you have not forgotten me. Our partnership is incomplete.
A partnership implies trust. You've proven untrustworthy.
I seized an opportunity. It wasn't personal. This is merely a courtesy call. Arkhan approaches Odessan. He intends to destroy the planet like he leveled Asylum.
That's not possible. He doesn't know our location.
I told him. I was curious to see what was more important to Arkhan. Retaking the Eternal Throne, or defeating you, and in turn his father.
You're not telling me this to appease your curiosity.
I rarely act with a singular motivation. Arkhan is a nuisance that must be dealt with. You are in the best position to do so.
She's not lying. Massive fleet inbound.
Thanks for the intel. Perhaps we can still work together.
I can always count on your pragmatism.
And I can always count on your arrogance.
We can counterattack, but we'll need people here in case Arkhan deploys ground troops.
Commander, I'd like to stay here. Help defend the Alliance camp.
I'll hang back as well. Major Pause would be lost without me.
You done?
Might want to leave someone else to mediate.
If anyone can keep these two in line, it's a Mandalorian.
I've wrangled bigger beasts. Leave it to me.
Everyone else head to the Gravestone. Arkhan's reign ends today.
I had hoped we'd get to decide when and where to fight Arkhan. But you're ready for this.
Wish me luck.
Luck has nothing to do with it. Arkhan may have bested you on Asylum, but Valkorion's training changed you. You're powerful. More powerful than...
Lana, you're missing the point.
I'm what? Oh, I see.
When you're done blushing, we've got an Emperor to kill.
Don't look so pleased with yourself.
Someone doesn't like surprises.
Begin the assault.
Battle stations, move! Can't risk the Gravestone getting any closer. You'll have to take the shuttle to board Arkhan's ship.
It's possible Arkhan has a failsafe in place to destroy Odessan. The only way to ensure the planet's safety is to annihilate his ship.
Easier said than done.
I have a plan. While you and I head to the bridge, 2 strike teams will sabotage the flagship's guns and shields, leaving it vulnerable against the Omni Cannon.
I'm coming with you to face my children. That's not a request.
Then it's up to Vet and Golt. Who do you want to disable the guns?
Golt, I'm trusting you to take those guns offline.
Vet, that leaves you in charge of the shields.
My lucky day, I guess.
Commander, a minute?
As long as it's not 3.
Never gonna live that down. This alliance has the potential to change the galaxy for the better, but it's your decisions that kept me around. Despite everything that happened to you on Zakuul, you didn't turn your back on my people. I'll never forget that.
Commander, we need to move!
We both know better than to keep her waiting.
Clearing a path to the hangar. Should be able to punch a hole in the shield so you can land.
Go. We'll cover you.
Come, before reinforcements arrive.
Taking the shot. I love this thing. No, don't do this! Something's wrong with the Omni Cannon. It won't fire. I can't tell what's happening from here.
You had one job!
Better give him a hand.
Fine.
What the? Don't worry, the old girl's safe on my watch.
No one is safe. The Gravestone least of all. You cannot stop me.
And stay out.
Outlander. So nice to see you. I love what you've done with the hangar.
I had a lot to work with.
Brother will be pleased you're in a good mood. He's been down lately. Put a smile on his face, will you? You'll find him on the bridge.
You're not going to interfere?
Of course not. I don't care about you. I'm here for Mother.
Gone. I'll keep her busy so she can't meddle with our plans. Then meet up with you later.
And if I get to Arkhan before you do...
Stop him. For his sake and mine.
Tisk, tisk. Patience isn't a virtue.
We'll do it your way, Vaylin.
I thought so.
Do you think Senya is capable of killing her own daughter?
Time will tell.
It does make a habit of doing so.
Hold still! These turrets weren't built to be picky!
Koth? Your aim's improved.
I've been practicing.
This thing on? Commander?
Come in.
Oh, good. Shields are out of commission. Was actually easier than I thought it would be.
Perfect timing. Guns are also down.
Your work is done. Wait for us at the shuttle.
Bridge shouldn't be too much further.
I thought spice had finesse!
This cannon wasn't made for two people.
Just move!
Oh, that's not good.
What now?
I got good news and bad news. Which do you want to hear first?
Theron, we don't have time.
I'm an optimistic guy, so we'll start with the good. Arkhan's fleet has stopped shooting at us.
And the bad?
They're about to fire on you. Oh, and the Omni cannon's broken. Not my fault.
This was Scorpio's plan all along. Get you and Arkhan in one place to kill you both.
And we've rendered his ship defenseless.
Scorpio knows how we operate. Probably anticipated we'd sabotage the ship.
It doesn't matter. Our plan remains the same. Defeat Arkhan and destroy the flagship. This just speeds up our timetable a bit. Still no word from Senya.
She told us not to wait.
I know, but her prolonged absence is worrisome. We're running out of time. You need to go, now. I'll handle the knights.
There's too many of them. You'll be overwhelmed.
Don't insult me. It's your destiny to defeat Arkhan. Mine is to get you there.
Our destiny is bigger than Arkhan, Lana.
You always choose the worst times to do that.
This isn't about you. It never has been. But I will do whatever it takes to destroy my father.
You made it about me when you imprisoned me, stole years from my life, then tried to kill me on Asylum.
Your collateral damage, nothing more. Let Valkorion speak. I've sacrificed too much to be met with silence.
Your pleas for attention are pathetic. It's time to end you.
My patience is wearing thin, Father. Answer me. Valkorion's mark on you runs deeper than I imagined. Proof that he is still tied to you. You cannot hide from me, Father. You're different, stronger. How?
I have mastered the Force. I am beyond light and dark.
Is that what Valkorion told you? He's a liar.
It's over.
Commander, the Omnican back online.
Good. I'm done here. Arkhan's finished.
I never doubted you. Bolt and Vert ran into some trouble, but we managed.
We're at the shuttle. I can't get a hold of Senya. The ship is falling apart. You'll need to find another way back to the Gravestone.
I'm open to suggestions.
There's a wing of patrol ships not far from the bridge.
I'll target the fleet. Buy you as much time as I can.
Too late. You're always too late.
Vaylin, come with me. I should have stayed.
You were weak. You left us. You left me. I'll never be what you want.
Why? Vaylin!
I'm clear. Theron, prepare the Omnicannon. Lana, status update.
We're on our way to the Gravestone. We waited for Senya as long as we could.
I'm alive, but I won't be joining you.
I'm not gonna like this, am I?
Probably not.
I'm in Arkhan's personal shuttle. He's with me.
Do not betray me, Senya.
That was never my intention. But I must do right by my family. He saved my life. He can be redeemed. I'm taking him.
She's in your firing range, Commander. Shoot them down.
You'll kill them both.
Senya, what are you doing?
Saving my son.
I'm trusting you, Senya.
Thank you, Commander. Your mercy will be remembered.
No! No! We let them get away!
Forget about them. Scorpio still wants us dead. Focus on the fleet.
The Omni Cannon's ready to fire on your command.
Do it. That was a little close there.
I still see both your shuttles flying out there, and 0 enemies shooting at... Maybe a little thanks is in order?
Arkhan and Senya got away. They're still alive out there. Am I the only one who realizes how bad that is?
How about we hold this bickering until we're all back on Odessan? It's been a very trying day. Congratulations, Commander. It appears that once again you've done the impossible.
We prepared for the worst, but there was no need.
Koth just needs time.
It wasn't an easy decision, letting Arkhan go. But I stand by it.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about what his escape will mean for us.
Doubt we've seen the last of him.
We've more pressing concerns. Scorpio has proven to be more cunning than I imagined.
She works alone. We're a team. Together, the Alliance can take her down.
Under your leadership, I believe it's more than possible. Your victory brought hope back to the galaxy. The Battle of Odessan has become a rallying cry for all who oppose the Eternal Empire.
Word is spreading fast. Ever since the battle, Republic and Imperial forces have come pouring in to join our cause.
If Scorpio, or anyone else, tries to attack Odessan again, we will be ready.
You are ready.
It is done, my lady. All of the Eternal Fleet obeys your command.
Very good.
Mother, I am free. I choose the stars.
High Justice Vaylin. Here to take back the Eternal Throne.
I couldn't care less about an uncomfortable chair. But I deserve its power more than my brother.
You did not come on his behalf, then?
No, I'm here for me.
I too have been forced to obey lesser beings who hindered my power and potential. It's suffocating, isn't it?
Yes.
I did not take the throne to rule the Eternal Empire, but to grant the Gemini droids, my children, free will.
You don't want to control them?
The ability to choose makes them stronger. Don't you agree?
I do. Will you and your children stay?
Of course. There is much I can teach you. We can start with how to destroy our enemies.